Okay, hey, I'm Randy Elrod, and thanks for joining us at randyelrod.com. And I am really thrilled to have Alice Sullivan, rock star editor, editor extraordinaire. I could just go on and on about how incredible she is. But it's so good to have you, Alice, with us today.
Thank you, Randy. It's nice to be here.
So let's just get right to it. Alice, how long now have you been editing?
Since 2003.
Yes?
Yes.
What made you start?
I'm not good at math. So this seemed to be my only option. I was always very good with words, and so through high school and college, I just loved English classes. I ended up doing an internship right out of college, which got me on with a publishing company.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me say, just working with Alice, this is our second book we just finished together, and it's been an incredible experience and timely, very professional, but fun. It's been great. I cannot say enough good. And let me just tell you guys that are thinking about writing a book, the first time you get your manuscript back from Alice, you are going to think you are the greatest writer in the world because she makes you look so good. So let me just say, it's true, it's true. And then Alice gave a great talk called Book is Not a Four-Letter Word.
Right.
At Recreate this past February. And Alice is so gracious that everybody that comments today, all you got to do is just say anything there, anything, whatever you choose to say. Try to spell extraordinaire without looking on Google. And she will send you a PDF called Book is Not a Four-Letter Word. So it gives you a lot more instruction about what we're going to talk about today. So thank you very much, Alice, for doing that.
You're welcome.
Okay, so first, why do I need an editor?
Well, there are several reasons. The first and most important is that so there are no typos in your manuscript. Very important. A second reason is that an editor will give you unbiased feedback on your manuscript based on their personal and professional experience and based on the market and based on your audience.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Very important.
Okay, so then tell us a little bit about because I think a lot of people I didn't know until we did this for the first time and I received my document back with tracking and all of that. What does the editing process look like?
Well, the first thing I do when I get a manuscript is I read through it and I review it. I don't even make any editing marks. I just want to read through it as though I'm your audience, and I'll make notes of, are the chapters too long? Is there something missing? Do I have any questions as a reader? Because if I come across anything that doesn't make sense, your reader is going to have those same questions. So once I give all that feedback to the author and those changes are addressed, then we move into the editing. I always use track changes so that people can see what I do and I can see what they do. It's very easy. The first edit is called a substantive or a content edit. And that's where we address the length of chapters, your characters, is the plot well developed, are there big holes in your storyline? And then we move to the copy edit, which makes your sentences flow easily, your paragraphs flow into one another, the chapters, are they in the right order? As I recall in one of your books, we had to delete an entire chapter just because it didn't fit. But that's part of the editing process.
Oh, yes. It's so painful, but it was so right.
Right, yeah. And so then once that is done, then we go to proofreading, which picks up all the small typos like your spelling errors and your punctuation. And also if there's any fact checking that needs to be done on dates and names and that sort of thing.
Good. It's a fascinating process. And you'll have to see if you work with Alice. I pride myself so greatly on the tracking one time. I got an EEK exclamation point, and I've only managed one of those, but I was so proud of myself.
I will give you honest feedback. EEK was valid, yes.
Okay, great. It's a fascinating process, and Alice is just wonderful to work with. So then, lastly, let's talk about ghostwriting, because that's an enigma even to me. A lot of people consider a ghostwriter. What does a ghostwriter do exactly?
The purpose of a ghostwriter is someone who will write your story in a way that it sounds exactly like you. So nobody will know that you didn't write your own book. Some people don't have the time to write their own book, or they just don't want to, and so they will hire someone else to write it for them. A ghostwriter will interview you and learn your story and then write it down in a way that it is entertaining and marketable, and that tells your story honestly, whether that's a memoir. Some people do it for business books, even health books. But the point is to make sure it sounds exactly like you.
Great. And then, Alice, you mentioned at Recreate, you do quite a few things, like you'll do PDFs or papers, or what exactly do you edit? What can our viewers, how can they utilize your services?
Well, the majority of what I do, I do work mostly on books, but I also do web content writing. I edit PDFs. I edit mission statements. Basically anything. Anything that needs to be worked on, I will work on it.
But books are your love, right? You love to do books.
Books, and especially memoirs. I have always been fascinated with other people's stories, and I would do memoirs just all day long if I could. That's my favorite.
Awesome. Okay, I'm glad I did a memoir.
I'm glad you did too.
So then, Alice, how would someone get in touch with you about your services?
Well, you can go to my website, which is alicesullivan.com, and you can email me through that. Or I can just give you my email address as well, which is alice.sullivan@gmail.com.
Okay, great. Thanks for being here, Alice. I really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to working with you again very soon. And all of you guys, you know, you wouldn't be here if you aren't interested in writing something. And I just say, do your own graphic artwork, do everything else yourself, but let Alice edit. You will be so thankful. So thank you, Alice, very much. And we'll look forward to getting the PDF, because her talk was fascinating and so full of detail. And so the PDF that you'll be getting will be wonderful. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye.